Hello, my name is Rob Reynolds, and I would like to welcome you to my online math course. The first thing I'd like to share with you is that this video is not specific to your course. This is just an introductory video, and I'll show you how to navigate for all my online classes. So if you see anything in the syllabus that's not specific to your course, realize that, well, it may not be. So the first thing I'd like to do is talk about Blackboard. And to get to Blackboard, you can go to the DMAC home webpage and you hit My DMAC. And over here you can open up your webmail, but I'm specific about going to your Blackboard right now. And you'll log in. And after you log in, you're going to see all of your courses over here. And I'm going to go to my calculus course. So again, you might be taking college algebra or Math 073, but the setup is the same. So the first thing that you'll see is a calendar, and these dates may not be specific to you, so keep in mind you'll want to look at your calendar in the syllabus or go to your Blackboard. And the first thing you kind of see is a bunch of My Math Lab. These are your online homework assignments, and this is a recommended pacing guide. So this is not the day that they're due. This is the day that I think this is how you should be pacing yourself. So you can see there's some quizzes that are heading up before you take a test, and then you've got a 3-day window to take a proctored test, hopefully at one of the designated DMAC Ankeny, or, well, there's like 6 DMAC campuses. So go to the web page or look at my syllabus, and I think I've listed them there for you. And if you cannot take your test proctored at a DMAC campus, then shoot me an email and we'll try to set something up at a local library or some other institution that's maybe close to you. So I'd like to share with you a little bit about myself. And you can look at a picture that I posted of my family. This is back in New Year's of 2017, so at the beginning of 2018. I've been teaching mathematics for about 30 years, several years at DMAC, about 6 years at DMAC as an adjunct instructor, and then the last 6 years as a full-time instructor at DMAC. A lot of my experience was high school right here at Dowling Catholic. My wife, Rhonda, she teaches at Valley High School. She's also a math instructor. And we have 2 boys. Will is a construction engineer, and Andrew works full-time at Lifetime. Your syllabus was emailed to you, but you could also find another copy of your syllabus. It'll be posted under the syllabus tab, and you can open that up. I would ask that you read through this very carefully and look at the requirements for your textbooks, the requirements for your graphing calculator, the software that I'm going to talk to you just real briefly about on usually My Math Lab, but some online students may be using WebAssign. My grading policy, usually I have for most all of my courses, is 15% homework, 50% quizzes, and 15% tests. But you can read this in the syllabus. One nice thing about homework is if you're on My Math Lab, you get multiple opportunities to redo or continue to redo the assignments, and I'll show you that here in a second too, until you get 100%. Your quizzes will be on My Math Lab as well, and your tests, again, are proctored at a designated testing center. When you go to Blackboard, the site that you'll probably visit the most is course content. Under here, I would like for you to start with an introduction of yourself, so hit the start here. And then underneath introductions, you can create your own thread and name it with your name, and then give an introduction of yourself. I'll just write intro. and then hit submit. And that way we can kind of, if you introduce yourself, we can kind of get to know one another a little bit, and then I would ask you to respond to 2 or 3 other students as well. So after you create a thread, state what your name is, and then if you would like to be, if you have a nickname, just let us know about that too. Tell us your major, tell us if you have any plans to transfer to another school. And it's always kind of nice to hear a little bit about your family, your activities, sports, or any of your interests that you may have. I'll post this video also onto this link right here for the introduction video. And then there's also some instructions for snipping tools and a link for that as well. After you're done with the introductions, go back to course content and try to open up your MyMathLab course. This will take you to a registration page, which I've already registered, but I will email you about directions about how to do the registration process. But once you've been registered and you've logged on, and you should always log on through the Blackboard site because I have my course linked there. If you go to your homework tab, you'll be able to see the homework, and here's where you find your due dates for your homework. They're not in the syllabus. The calendar is only a recommended pacing guide. The due dates are only within MyMathLab. So let me show you a little bit about how I'd like for you to do your homework. There's usually about 20 or no more than 30 questions for each problem. Some of the problems are multiple choice, but most of them are free response. So let's suppose that you try 6 as a solution, and down here you have a check your answer, and it'll say, no, you're wrong. And then I could try a different answer. I won't change it. And then you'll try a different answer, and it says your final check. It'll give you the correct solution. And instead of hitting next question, just hit similar question, and you could try this problem again, and you can do that infinitely many times. There's some help buttons over here. Well, let's see if I can find them. So most of them have a view an example, not all of them, but most of them have a view an example button that if you hit continue, it'll walk you through the problem, and it will show you a problem that's very similar to the problem that you're working on. So most of your problems will have these for the help. Don't use the help me solve. Well, you can, but I would recommend not using help me solve this, because that will work the problem that you're currently looking at, and then after you get done, it'll change the numbers around. And so I think view an example is a little bit more helpful. If you want to read your textbook, you should be able to open up your textbooks electronically here. Here's another link that will really help you. It's Ask My Instructor a Question. I like it when you use this because this will send me a link directly to your question. Try to tell me a little bit more than just help, but that'll send me an email, and then I can open up and I can see exactly what you're working on. You may want to kind of give me a heads up. This is what I've tried, but I'm stuck. So tell me where it's stuck. And that's where snipping tools really comes in handy, is when you start writing math so you can demonstrate to me what you've done so far. Your quizzes will also be under your homework tab, or some of you will have a quiz tab over here. And when you're taking your quizzes, it won't give you immediate feedback like the homework gave you. You'll have to just complete the entire quiz, and you won't know whether you have the answers right or wrong. Ugh, that's a long problem. That's a long. I opened up a bad quiz, I guess. So most of these, though, you can enter in an answer, and then you can just move on to the next question, but you won't know. Oh, that one says I haven't completed it, but you won't know if you've got correct answers or not until the very end. So here I'm taking my quiz. I think the answer is 7. I don't know what the answer is. Here I think the answer is 10. So notice it's not giving me any feedback, and it won't. And then at the very end, it'll tell me a score and the numbers. It'll tell me the correct answers and the problems that I missed. and it'll give me a score. And if I'm not happy with the score, you guessed it, you can retake the entire quiz, but you have to retake all of the problems, even the ones that you got right. Again, for the due dates, please watch very carefully the due dates. I'll try to shoot you some emails for reminders of those as well, but you're welcome to work ahead, but if you work behind and they're late, you'll get a 50% deduction on your homework and your quizzes. I've tried to deactivate your gradebook. Hopefully you will not be looking at your gradebook under this section. It's not accurate. So your gradebook will be kept under Blackboard. So I'll go back to Blackboard, and under Grade Center, or maybe you guys hit My Grades, but I don't have anything in here yet because this class hasn't started, but you'll be able to see your grades. You'll probably go under My Grades. I don't really go from the student side of it, but I'll help you out with more grades there. Another really helpful tool, oops, I didn't mean to pop out of that, is under course content, I have created a discussion board. And when you open it, again, you can create a form, and I just ask you if you have a question on chapter 2.3, section 3, number 14. You just title it chapter 2.3, which means the third section in chapter 2, question number 14. And then you could either upload an image here or just kind of tell me what's going on. And that way, if I don't get back to a student, maybe we can kind of help one another in our discussion board. But probably the place that you're going to be visiting the most often under course content would be under the specific chapters. Because under each chapter, I have a handout. And I'd like for you to open up the handout, print it off, and then once you have the printed off handout for, well, this is section 1.1. So open this up, print off this handout so that you can follow along with my teaching videos. So if you open up a video here, link, it'll take you to a YouTube. And I'm actually working through, I'll just fast forward here if the video will load. So here's a video of me teaching a lesson in calculus. I'd like for you to work through this as example number 8 already. So you'll see on the handout example number 8, and you work ahead or try to work ahead or just at least work out the problems as I work them out. You learn mathematics by doing mathematics. So actually, I think this will be a good exercise for you, even though most of them I'm not going to be collecting. Some of the reviews I'll be asking you to complete on your own and then upload to Blackboard as an assignment. And to do that, you'll finish your worksheet. You'll download an app on your phone. I like Cam Scanner, and that allows you to take, well, it's not just pictures, but you are taking pictures using your phone, but it'll convert it to a PDF file, which is clearer than just sending me pictures. So I like the PDF files, and then there'll be a submission tab. It won't say quiz 2.3 submission, but it'll say worksheet 2.3 submission. And then you'll submit that, and that'll be part of your homework, just like My Math Lab is part of your homework. That will allow me to see some of your work, because My Math Lab, I just get a grade and I don't see any work. But I would like to see some of your work before you take your test. And then we might even have a quiz or something that it's not on My Math Lab, that I might just kind of want to see your work for that too. But mostly will be review worksheets for submissions for homework. So as you scroll through, there's a teaching video for each lesson. And at the very bottom, there should be a test review. So again, this might be something that I ask you to complete and upload so that I can just see your work before taking the test. And again, when you're ready to take your test, I've posted under here testing procedures. So I would go under here and I would read about here's where all of the testing centers are at. Open them up because they have different operating hours. So I don't want you to show up for a test and then find out that the testing center at Southridge Center is closed or something. But you're going to give them your last name, and if some of you will be taking a paper pencil test, but some of you will be taking a test on Blackboard, depending on which course you're taking. But I'll shoot you an email and give you some more explanation of that. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have additional questions, you're certainly welcome to shoot me an email, and I will be in contact with you, and I hope that we have a good semester together. Good luck.